Guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. We have added a new show to our Sunday afternoon. You know, the last couple of months, we've been recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville, but they're on hiatus. And from what we hear, Love and Marriage DMV is being filmed as we speak. There have been already a couple of events and a lot of tea spilling. So if you haven't heard my podcast, Kempire Radio, where I talk about some of the tea that I don't talk about anywhere else, Kempire Radio on all major podcast platforms. A new episode came out yesterday. Be sure to check that out. And don't forget to rate and review because it does matter. But you know, it's Sunday. It's happy Sunday. I hope that you all are feeling well. I was a little stuffy last night. I woke up in the middle of the night like... But I feel okay now. You never know. Oh, I don't. Anyone else just wake up all of a sudden not feeling well? Then all of a sudden you feel better when you wake up. It's like, okay. All right, body. Do what you got to do. The body's doing what it has to do. Let's move our bodies. Because, you know, when you move your body, you force yourself to smile, you really can shift your mood. So let's shift our mood. We're going to get into Ladies Who List Atlanta, and we're going to talk a little bit about Ready to Love. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Don't forget to share this live. Share it on your Twitter, your Twitch, whatever it may be. I hope you all are doing well. Let's get moving. Shout out to Elijah with this song, Stubborn.
Yeah, I know. You was right and I was wrong. Yeah, I know. You was right and I was wrong. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it, that trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. Hey, girl, I hate to see you cry, but that happens every single time we fight. Look, I'm far from a perfect guy, and I do anything to try to make it right. But you, baby, look, I know sometimes I act like I'm unbothered. If I end up losing you, baby, you make me better. But we have this forever. I promise I will change. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it, that trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know.
Good morning.
The energy ain't been the same, but if we work on it, we surely can regain. Look, I went and booked a private plane, a little vacation in Barcelona, Spain. What you say? Spend some time just you and me to rekindle a special little thing. Ay, I know we always want to agree, can't always have it my way, but I don't want you to leave. Please stay. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it, that trade can be toxic.
Where's everyone watching from?
Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it, that trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. Hey. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong.
Guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. If you're a part of our texting community, then you got the notification that we are going to be live multiple times today. Of course, for our weekly recap now, the new show on OWN, Ladies Who List Atlanta. And you know, we've been trying to cast for Ladies Who List New York. So if you're in the New York City area, you need to be here. Spread the word. You need to be here. I am auditioning. Look, I am not a producer on this, but we are little producers all the time. So if you're in the New York City area, you need to call in because I will be auditioning you, and they are watching. They are watching. Happy Sunday, guys. I hope you all are doing well. I know it is a long weekend for a good portion of people. As you know, on Monday, it is, of course, the celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who I have followed and adored for a very, very long time. Even played him in my 4th grade play where I got fan mail for my rendition. I should have been an actor. Anyways, you never know. I might be in Sex and the City next season. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. We're going to get into, I was about to say Love and Marriage, because that's what we normally recap. Ladies Who List Atlanta in just a second. But I did watch, after I watched Ladies Who List last night, and of course I watched it again today, but after I watched it, automatically, we got an episode of Ready to Love Reunion Part 1. And as you know, Ready to Love, if maybe you don't know, Ready to Love in DC is coming back. It's coming back in just a couple of weeks, the 28th, I believe. We're already getting a new season of Ready to Love. One season ends, and now we're getting a new one, which I can appreciate. But I didn't appreciate this season. As you know, we've periodically spoke about Ready to Love this season, and I was just like, I'm not enjoying this show. And maybe I'm just not into the, singles competition shows, because I try to get into The Bachelor and Bachelorette, just not into it, not interested, even though we had some moments. Camille, we see you. Camille got the prize, though, because you already know Cornelius to me is the cutest one. Well, I don't know if he's the cutest one, but I love his smile. But they're still together. And she's still controlling. And it's like there's like no ownership. Cornelius, blink twice if you need help. It's a little scary. That was probably the most interesting part of the Ready to Love reunion, was that whole situation with Camille and Cornelius and how all the other ladies felt. Sabrina's the one that was born in Korea, right? I kind of like her, but then there were certain moments I was like, Sabrina, calm down. Although I didn't love Zadia. Zadia, for me, I liked her in the beginning, but then when she was going up against the ladies, look, I guess we needed a little bit of drama. But at one point, she walks away during this reunion. But the biggest part for me, because I'm a little producer, is seeing, what was her name? Tanika Ray, I think her name is. I've seen her before. Well, as you saw, and everybody in during this pandemic time tested positive. Uncle Tommy tested positive for COVID, so he wasn't able to host the reunion. So they brought in her, and I said to myself, why don't they do a why don't we hire Tanika for the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion? I loved her energy. Some of you say you didn't love her during this reunion because it seemed as if she didn't watch the show. Well, remember, this was last minute. Maybe she didn't watch the show. This was last minute in order for her to come in. I thought she was a great host. I loved her energy. I think she's beautiful. I love how she addressed the conversation of color and the words aggressive. I think we need her. Bravo, call her. We need her for next year's reunion. I know Andy and his ego, whatever. What is that? Miss Brooklyn says, Kempire, you should interview Carrie for his YouTube next season on And Just Like That. Oh, SJP, you mean? You never know. It would be interesting, though. I don't know if I would want to talk to SJP, though. I like SJP as an actual person, but I don't know if I would want to interview her. Who would I want to interview in that cast? Probably the people behind the scenes more so. All right. Hold on. Let me see what you guys. Someone said something about, hold on. AKA Soror Peach. Happy Founders Day, y'all. Ready for Love DC was horrible. Where did they find the people they added to the show? And maybe that's why they decided to do a Ready to Love DC again very quickly afterwards. What's going on, Omar? Omar says, I just want to say I love this show and thank you to the ladies real estate who called in and explained how everything works. Now watching the show, I understand so much better. It's true, but I still feel like there's a lot that they didn't explain this week. We're going to get into the ladies who list ATL, but I like to get, some people on CP time. So I want to give people a moment because I did want to talk a little bit about the Ready to Love reunion. I thought we would do like a whole live talking about the Ready to Love reunion, but to me, it was anticlimactic. And the young lady that walked off, I felt like walking off with her. At the end, she's like, this is ghetto. Why are these grown people going? And mind you, she's probably one of the youngest people there. It's like, why are these grown people acting like this on this show? I didn't come here for this. And I felt the same way. I was just like, all this back and forth over stupidness. It was the biggest thing I got from it, as I said to you before, was the host. Can we get her to do the Potomac reunion? But they probably won't do it because, again, Andy, although he would love to talk about diversity and bringing diversity to his franchise, doesn't want to do that when it comes to the reunion host. Anyways, I don't care. Look, I'm going to say it. Let's get into Ladies Who List, though. Ladies Who List is a new show. This is only the second episode, titled The Pitch. As you know, our girl, Robin, look, our girl. Last week, I couldn't stand her. This week, I'm like, maybe she's misunderstood. Robin on the far right, she seems to have some anger management issues. I don't know what it is. I mean, she really gave me... I was a little scared of Robin last week. This week, I'm Team Robin. So I had to ask you guys if you felt the same way that I did. So I posted on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel a poll. And I said, whose side were you on during the meeting? And I listed Robin, Crystal, and I specifically spelled it the way that normal people spell it. And Kira, and I spelled Kira wrong. Sorry, Kira, because that's how much of a non-factor you are. And then I also put the option, they all were wrong. And overwhelmingly, at first, you guys were rooting for Robin at 35%, but now you're all rooting for they all were wrong at 44%. So if you haven't voted yet, guys, be sure to vote. I'm not going to close out the voting yet because it seems a little close. But last week, a lot of you pointed out Crystal. Pay attention to Crystal and how she moves. You don't trust Crystal. But I literally really saw what you guys were talking about this week with Crystal. Why was Crystal chiming in so much? I liked Crystal last week. This week, I'm like, oh my God, they were right. The way that she was chiming in from the very beginning. First of all, this is supposed to be your friend. You're supposed to have your friends back. All these other ladies do not like her. At the very least, play quiet. Just let them air out their grievances and let her air out what the business idea is. Even though she's having this meeting and she doesn't have a really solid business plan. At one point, Tiana's like, well, write it out. Write it out. Which I was like, girl, if you're going to have this sort of meeting, really, you should really plot and plan this. Like, this is what I'm thinking of. But based on what we can gather, Robin is thinking of, she wants to combine all of them and create this larger brokerage. And last week I was like, yeah, this sounds amazing. But this week I'm kind of looking at Robin like, is business not doing well for you, Robin? And you felt like this is the best way to do it? Or is this a production thing? Let's come up with an idea and this is what the idea will be, even though you guys will never do it. Maybe. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. And, as always, I will be dropping the call-in link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts, especially if you work in the world of real estate and have thoughts, or even if you don't, you just have thoughts on why you think Robin wants to do this. Because in this week's episode, they sort of question Robin's actual ability. Like, what kind of business is she really doing in Atlanta? And specifically, they point out this building, the Healy building, although it looks cute. And I know some of you that watch The Real Housewives are expecting big, luxurious places and expensive. No, this is like real life real estate. She showed that man almost $200,000 condo. And honestly, I was not impressed. And I'm not saying that I was expecting this big, luxurious apartment. I just was not impressed. That would not be for me. It looked very small. It was a studio, though. But you own it. And she's right. At the end of the day, so many people don't own. When you rent, you're giving money away and you get nothing from it. And look, it makes sense to rent for some people, especially if you already own something somewhere else. But I get what she's saying. She's like, you can buy this now and then sell it later when you get married. Or use it while you and your wife or husband, whatever, are getting yourselves together. Maybe that's what it is. Let me see what you guys are saying. Antonia says Crystal's messy. Look, I have a whole other opinion. A studio apartment, yes. Yeah, the condo was too small, like an apartment. But remember, this is a big city. If you saw some of the studios here in New York City and you're like, you want how much for what? And I'm just talking about renting. Can you imagine buying a studio in New York? My goodness. Okay. Omar says that condo was 1,400 square feet for 200,000. No, ma'am. I hated that meeting for Robin. Look, at the top of the episode, we were jumping far ahead, but at the top of the episode, we only got to see 2 properties. And if you watch real estate shows, producers, we need to see more properties. We love the drama with the ladies, but we really want to see properties more than ever. Like when we went to Kiana's house, why didn't we get a tour? Like they should have just showed us the home. Like I want to see Kiana in her office. I want to see Kiana and her husband, very cute couple. And I love the fact that she has a chef. Goals. Just saying. She's doing well for herself. And she's come from nothing. And I like the fact she's talking about that. But speaking from coming from nothing, let's see what you've come into. Because the home looked fabulous from what we could see. But we only got to see 2 properties. We want to see properties. The first property was shown to be Simone. And I said, where they find her at? I thought she was done. Is she still stealing ideas? Damn it. If you start seeing her with a YouTube page dancing, no, I'm joking. Look, me dancing is nothing brand new. I know some of you who are in the comments are like, oh, they copying. No. Or even when I first started dancing, people, you copying off of this one or that one. Dancing is not new, y'all. Just want to point that out. Just want to point that out. There really is nothing original anymore. Okay? Some people just do it better. Thank you so much, Antonia. Thank you. I don't even know which part you talk. Oh, wait, B. Simone. Look, can we talk, y'all? Look, no shade to B. Simone. Congratulations to her on what she's been able to do. But my business is the business of the streets. And from what I've heard, when she's been in the news, which has been a while ago, I haven't heard anything from her in a while. But I'm not really looking. I was like, oh, she's looking for a home. Oh. The home was decent until, and you know, the big things for me, kitchen, master bed. Well, no, we don't call it master anymore, especially right before Dr. King's birthday. The primary suite and the closet and those closets were terrible. So I don't blame her for not being interested, Can we, and if you saw, I spelled Kira's name wrong in the YouTube poll because Kira is such a non-factor. Sorry, Kira. She's probably the least likable of all of them. And then at that meeting at the end made me really solidify I don't like her. But we will get to that. Kiana. So Kiana talks about growing up. We got a little bit of that last week, but this week we were digging a little bit deeper. She says her sister works for her. She retired her mom. She takes care of her mom and her family, which I can appreciate her talking about that struggle. You know what I mean? Because so often we don't talk about those things. And look how far she's come. Again, producers, this would have been a great moment to show how far she's come. It seems as if she's doing very well for herself. And what does her husband do? I want to know that. What does her husband do? The home looks really nice. I saw that wall of wine, even though I don't drink. I was like, ooh, look at that wall of wine. She seems like she's doing very well. And she has a chef. Come on now. The food look good too, chef. Just saying. What are you guys saying in the chat? Oh, wait, hold on. Omar says, side note, Tanika Ray, she hosted For the Love of Ray J. I forgot about that. I knew she looked familiar. Reunion special for VH1, a 1-hour special on the movie Precious for TV Guide Network. So she's a professional host. I like her. Bravo, reach out to Tanika Ray, please. She needs to host a Potomac reunion. No more Andy. No, say it with me. Look, Andy's going to be okay if he doesn't host a reunion. He still gets paid, y'all. He still gets paid. I'm tired of seeing it. I think she would do fabulous as the host of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Carlos, beat them to it. Get her to host the DMV reunion. She's from the DMV. Get Tanika Ray to host the Love and Marriage DMV reunion. Carlos, I know you're watching. How you doing? Guys, if you just joined us, we're talking about Ladies Who List, a new show. Ladies Who List Atlanta, a new show on OWN, which I'm loving. I'm loving it so far. Second week, I'm here for it, y'all. I'm here for it. I'm just not here for us not showing more properties. We got to see the property that B. Simone saw, but I have to agree, those closets were horrendous. I said, what, that's a closet behind there? No. The closet I have now is bigger than the closet that she showed her. I said, oh, hell no. Damn it if I'll downgrade. And even if I was getting a home in Atlanta, you know, like a temporary home just to do business or whatever it may be, which I might do, because I'm seeing properties. Ladies, I might be in contact. Well, not yet. Calm down. I'm a mess. I might need a little something down there. A lot of business is happening in Atlanta. People aren't going to LA anymore to hit it big. They're going to Atlanta. I didn't love the property. Kira didn't seem like she knew what she was doing. I know she's a luxury agent, according to what they say she is, but she also didn't seem like she knew what she was talking about. I was just like, oh, okay. But Kira does have an interesting story too. You may recall last week, they talked a little bit about it, her home burning down while she was away. And I was like, damn, when she went in there, I felt for her in that moment. Because not only did her house burn down, so did her relationship. Her relationship was over. That to me was it was like a metaphor for life. It was a metaphor for life. Girl, maybe this needed to happen. I don't know what was going on in her life. It's horrendous because she lost everything. Family photos, everything. She did find one photo, though. I don't know who the woman in that photo was. I don't know if it was a family member, just a friend. Maybe she didn't care because at one point you didn't even see it. So, you know, there's some photos you're like, oh, whatever. I wish I had found another photo. I don't know. Let me take a sip, y'all. Guys, you know my coldest water bottle. I love my coldest water bottle. If you don't have one, you should get one. High quality water bottles are hard to find. And this is one of the best. Keeps your water cold for 36 plus hours. Comes in multiple colors, multiple sizes. And they don't just sell water bottles. They have merchandise. They have things for coffee, all of that. Head on over to coldest.com. Use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. Again, KEMP10 for 10% off. More information is available in the description of this video. All right. What's up to my TikTok fam? Colorado's in the building. Appreciate you all being here. We're talking about Ladies Who List Atlanta. We already, last week, were already starting the groundwork for Ladies Who List New York. I'm interested in that. And I'm sure we're going to talk about Ladies Who List DMV. Let's just move up the East Coast slowly but surely and then make it to New York. I need New York to be the best. I need it to be the best. So if you do call in today and you are a real estate agent from the DMV or New York, I'm going to be asking you some hard questions. Not just going to be about real estate. It's going to be about your personal story. So be prepared. All right, let's get back into this episode. I'm loving Kiana. And I'm when I say love someone, guys, remember, I'm saying this from a producer standpoint. Will I go out to dinner with them if they're paying? Kiana, I saw how you're living. You could pay. Matter of fact, you can host the dinner at your home because you have a cook. Just saying. But she's come from nothing, and it seems that she has a lot. Again, producers, and I'm emphasizing, and I know I've said this a lot. However, we could have seen more property. And if we're not going to see property that they're showing or selling, let's see their property. Let's see how they're living. I want to see Kiana's house. It looked like it was nice. Just saying. Maybe we'll see it in later episodes, but I want to see the home. Okay, Kira walks through the house that burns down. And you know what? While watching that, reminded me of our callers. And this is no shade to our callers. There are a lot of callers that call in. Not a lot. There are a few that call in and their fire detectors are beeping, meaning that they need to change or check their fire detectors, fire alarm detectors. Okay. It's important, guys, when you hear that, don't get desensitized to that. Change it immediately. You see what happened with Kira's home. Could it have been prevented? Who knows? She wasn't there, thankfully. But she also had a home really close to her. There was a home where I live right behind me that was a few years ago that set on fire. But the homes are so close that it wasn't just that home that set on fire. It was it's like 5 homes because of how it spread so quickly. please check your fire alarms. Let this be a reminder for those that were, oh yeah, I needed to do that, but I haven't done that. Check and test your fire alarms. Sidebar, and they're not paying me. I have the Nest fire alarms that do their own sound check at least once a month, and you can check it on your app. They're not paying me, but they should. I love it because Nest has a whole bunch of products that all fall within their app, and their smoke detectors are great, and they're like a little night light at night. So if you have it in a hallway area, it lights up at night. Why not, y'all? Why not? Anyways, back to Ladies Who Let. Oh, again, this is no shade to the callers that have called in with their things. It is annoying though, with the beeping in the background. However, but more importantly, change your batteries. Change your batteries. Test your fire alarms, your smoke alarms, please, because you not only save your life but also your neighbors' lives. Because if your house sets on fire, fire can spread very quickly. You don't want to do that to your neighbors either. So you're helping yourself and your family, but also your neighbors. Be a good neighbor. Anyways, I've digressed. Let's move on from Kira. Can we talk about Tiffany? And Tiffany tweeted me this morning because I tweeted and I used the hashtag Ladies Who List ATL. So she responded because one of the things that stood out to me, hold on, let me find the tweet. Because she responded to me and I was like, where is it? I know I had, oh, here it is. I'm like, I see things. I'm like, what is that? All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's big. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Love this. I could do this while I'm talking to you guys. Okay. So I tweeted. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. So I tweeted to, I'm talking, I'm rewatching the episode this morning. I said, Tiffany talking about her panic attacks and then gets into a truck with her first time driver's son. Really? She responds shortly thereafter saying, I had already recovered. So I'm liking Tiffany. I don't know how people feel about her. I have to say her yelling at her son made me there's nothing like a black mama yelling at their child that makes you triggered. Look, triggered, even though that probably should have been the name of this episode. I was just like this. When she was speaking to her son, I was like, oh. But I was like, oh, it's so interesting. She's talking about her anxiety attacks, which I'm glad she's talking about that and how her family and friends rallied around her and supported her during that. And then all of a sudden she gets into a car with her first time driver's son. I don't think I could do it. I think I would have to send my child with a service. But I get it. He wants to practice and he was kind of bad. Not bad, but she did throw her husband under the bus. He's a bad driver. But shout out to Tiffany, because I have to say, even though Tiffany isn't Robin's friend, I love the fact that, and this is how I am as a friend, just because you're my friend doesn't mean I'm going to support when you're incorrect or if there's a real situation. And I think because she has been in a situation of a mental health crisis, she's able to relate to what Robin is talking about at the end of the episode. So that made me really like Tiffany a lot more. And because she responded to my tweet. So shout out to Tiffany on the show. But even before that, I was liking Tiffany. So people say, I like Tiffany. I love Tiffany with her son. I got a little triggered though during that. Miss Brooklyn says, I'm on the fence with her. We'll have to. I can understand that too. K11 says, I like Tiffany too. I like Tiffany and Kira, and I'm rooting for Robin. I don't know about Kira. y'all. I'm going to get to Kira in a second, and we're going to talk about Instagram. So Tiffany and Tiana go on a double date, and I like their friendship. I don't know how I feel about Tiana. There's something about Tiana's voice. There's something about Tiana that gives me Jennifer Williams vibes. I don't know how I felt about Tiana, but I'm open. Because I don't think she's completely messy, but I kind of like I like what the energy she's bringing. I think she has potential. I don't think she doesn't annoy me like Kira. Sorry, Kira. Exactly. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Omar says, I love me some Tiffany way better than Crystal. The scene with her and her son, I thought about Giselle and Grace trying to try. I don't know. I didn't get that. I got comedy from Giselle and Grace driving. I got nervous for Tiffany and her son driving. I had two different feelings in those capacity. Guys, if you just joined us, we're talking about I was about to say love and marriage again. Ladies Who List Atlanta. If you're watching the replay of this, I want to know your thoughts on the episode and how you're feeling about the season so far. It's important. They want to know how you're feeling about the season. And my biggest critique so far is that I want to see more properties. I want to see more properties. I don't care if they're not the big luxurious properties. I want to see properties in Atlanta. I do. Just saying. Libra says, Kemp, you're funny today. Am I not funny any other day? I'm not a comedian though, so let me not even try and act like I'm a comedian. Okay, so they had the conversation. Tiffany and Tiana go on a double date with their husbands, and they have a real friendship. These two have a real friendship, which I appreciate, especially in my reality shows. I'd like to see people that really know each other and interact with each other. Okay. During the scene, they say that Crystal reached out to Tiffany when she was pregnant. See, and this is why it's important to rewatch these episodes, because I completely, the first time around, missed this instance. So Crystal's shady because according to Tiffany, Crystal, who is also a closing attorney, reached out to her while she was pregnant with her third child and was like, girl, I know you're pregnant. If you want to shift some business over here, I'll take care of that. Crystal is shady. Because Tiffany took that as she's trying to take business from her. And she was like, no, I'm good. This is why when you're introduced to a new show, you got to wait. You got to see the characters and see it, play out. Crystal, what is going on with you? You are shady. You are not to be trusted. At least with Robin, Robin is Robin. She's just like, this is who I am. Love me or leave me. This is who I am. Tiffany, the same way. Crystal, underhanded. You're still cute though. Damn you. All right. So Robin shows, and here, Robin, and anyone that watches our recaps understands I don't have any favorites. I really don't. I shade everyone equally. And it's fun shade. I'm not, even if you take it personal, trust and believe it's not personal to me. We're recapping to have fun on this Sunday. Anyways, Robin, apparently she is an expert in condos, and she shows this condo at the Healy. And apparently she said she has over 50 transactions in that building alone. She said that building pays her. And it's not that expensive to live there. You're not getting a lot for the amount of money you're paying. I didn't love the condo. The guy seemed like he was just entranced, though. I think he was into Robin. And I think Robin was using, that slim dress to be like, and at one point, Robin, when he agrees to say that he's going to buy, she jumps up. I was like, this feels a little inappropriate. This seems a little inappropriate. Amy says, yeah, there is no parking. But if you're in Atlanta, I'm not from Atlanta, so I always rely on you guys. I'm thinking it's sort of like New York, big city, so there's a lot of transportation. Libra says the views are great. Yeah, but I need more than the views. And I think the windows were great because they're big windows. I don't like a small window. As I look at my windows aren't small, but they're not that big. How big are these windows? I love a view. But I would probably prefer, the apartment that Kira showed B. Simone in the previous apartment. I think I would love that apartment more because of the big windows and that view, to be honest. Okay. All right. Guys, we have almost 300 people in the room. Let's get to 150 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this episode. We're at 113 likes. Let's get to 150 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link to share your thoughts on the latest episode of Ladies Who List Atlanta. And if you're watching the replay of this, I want to know, what did you think of this episode? Are you enjoying the episode so far, the show so far? I'm like, all right. Amy says you need a car in Atlanta. Damn. Miles says, sorry, not Miles. Millet says, show me more houses, please. Yeah, I want to see more. Queen says Crystal is messy, but I'm here for it. You guys are a mess. Okay, let's get to the pitch, the actual pitch, the dinner. All the ladies come together. Robin, of course. I was actually surprised that Robin was like hugging everybody. I was like, oh, okay, because the way that they shaded her before, I was like, oh, okay, she's coming with a good spirit. And they toast. She toasts to Crystal for bringing all the ladies together. And they're like, oh, is this Crystal's idea? No, but she was the one to reach out. She was a middleman between Robin and all the ladies. All the ladies came. We already know Kiana is like, she's going to already say no. But Kiana brings up the whole issue of Robin and her saying that she needs $500 per listing that she wants her to hold. We talked about that last week and the reasons why Robin may do that. But here's the thing. I get it, why Kiana may have felt like, oh, you trying to put your foot on my neck when it comes to this. But she also pointed out that this is only going to be for 30 days, maybe less than 30 days. So for those that are in real estate, does that change your mind about what Robin did? Because if it's less than 30 days, is that a big, huge liability? Or maybe if Robin said, okay, I'm going to take $500 per listing temporarily, God forbid there is an issue, but I'll give you that money back if there is no issue. I hope they explore and delve deeper into that conversation. And based on the back and forth between Kiana and Robin, it seems as if they're going to have a separate conversation. They're going to have a separate conversation, but there comes a conversation. Oh my God, with this girl, Kira. Kira's in the middle with Kiana. She's the one in the white dress. Okay. Kira, who I was spelling the name incorrectly, the same person I did not remember last week. She said she has some issues that she wants to address. And that issue is the fact that Crystal and Robin unfollowed her on social media. She brings it up and I'm like, oh my God, the pettiness of this. Mind you, they weren't friends. Yes, they followed each other at one point, but they weren't really friends. And there are quite a few people that I unfollow too. And a lot of you are probably saying, oh, Robin's excuse about the algorithm is BS. No, it's not. I thought BS initially, but then I thought about it. I was like, no, I get it. If you're following a lot of people, especially because the Instagram algorithm has changed over the years. When you first got on Instagram, you would see all of your friends in chronological order. Now it's whoever Instagram wants to feed to you. Okay. So when she said the algorithm, I said, that makes sense. Why follow a bunch of people that you don't know or you're not interacting with on a daily basis or consistent basis? And all you do is see their posts and you're not seeing your friends. So that's why I get why she would unfollow. She's like, you're a beautiful girl, but we don't talk. We're not friends. And that's her big issue with Robin and with Crystal, because she got unfollowed. And then she got really nasty. I was like, girl, you really showed your maturity level in that moment. You really showed your maturity level in that moment. I unfollow people all the time because I'm trying. Look, I only use social media for work. I know some people use social media to stay in contact with family and if I didn't do what I do, I would not have social media. I would not. And if I did, it would be very sporadic. I use social media not to entertain myself. I use social media for work. And I believe as a real estate agent, that's exactly what Robin is using social media for, work. Periodically, she's probably looking at pictures and things like that. But if she's not your friend, and even if she was your friend, like your real friend, do you care if your real friend unfollows you on social media? Not really. I really don't. There are a lot of friends I have on Instagram that I don't follow. It's not personal, y'all. It's not personal. But if you don't add value to what I'm doing, if I'm using social media for work and I'm seeing you just posing up and I'm looking to see who's trying to sell a house or a house that's for sale, I need to unfollow you or mute you. Thank God for mute. Mute is the best invention ever, because then you don't have to see the story. You don't have to see the person. And you can avoid Kira's situation calling you out for unfollowing her. Robin, you should have muted her. Can we check to see if Robin's following Kira now? Because after this episode, I wouldn't be following Kira ever again. But how is this going to work though? Is this going to work? Robin wants to develop a big brokerage with all of the ladies. And honestly, I'm starting to think that the reason why Robin wants to do this is because maybe her business is at a stalemate, because she does have a broker's license, but she doesn't have anyone working under her. Again, that's another question I would pose to the real estate agents. Is that common? Or is the purpose to get your broker's license is so people can work under you? I'm going to pose that question. Guys, let me see. Look, have we gotten to our 150 likes? We are one like away from 150, guys. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. I know you probably get sick of people saying that, but it's true. The algorithm, as Robin pointed out in this episode, makes a difference for creators, makes a difference for business owners. So liking the video helps let these algorithms know that you support and want people to see what people are doing. And look at that. We're already at 170. Thank you guys so much for supporting the video. Let me just post the link because I do want to hear what you guys have to say about Ladies Who List Atlanta. And we are casting unofficially, y'all. Unofficially. Shout out to the executive producer of Ladies Who List Atlanta, who I believe she's, I know she's Jamaican, but I know she has some other things going on there too, on her, some flags. So shout out to her. She did get back. She wants to know who's the hottest in New York. So she's ready to expand. That's exactly why she named the show Ladies Who List Atlanta. She's ready to build a franchise. I love it. And I'm willing to help and support because I've always loved real estate and watching reality real estate. Okay. KB says muting is the key. Okay. Exactly. I muted a lot of people. And unfollowed a lot of people. Look, don't take it personal if I unfollow you. Just understand I use social media for business, strictly business. So if you're slipping in my DMs about something else, I'm not interested unless you're really cute. No. Zoe, what's going on? Thank you so much for the super chat. Did that go off? My ching belt is not working. I don't like that. Anyways, sorry, y'all. Hold on. Wait. Did I turn something down? Oh, no, I did turn something. Oh, that's what I turned down. No, that's not it. I don't know what I did wrong, y'all. Hold on, y'all. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. I mute all my exes so I don't seem petty by blocking. See, that's the thing. I think that's why they created the mute, is so that you can not have to cause the drama like we saw with Kira. But look, I unfollowed a couple people this week. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Zoe, thank you again for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting always. All right, let me drop the call-in link. There we go, and let me pin it here. Let me see the final vote. So we had 158 votes on whose side were you on during the pitch meeting. And coming in second was Robin. But overall, you are saying everyone was wrong at 45%. I still blame Crystal. Crystal chiming in throughout. I was just like, why is Crystal still chiming in? Mind your business. Just be there to support your friend. You already know everyone has an issue with Robin. I'm not saying you to defend Robin, but you could just keep quiet. You can just keep quiet. You don't have to chime in too much. I felt like she should have chimed in if she felt like Robin was, failing. But I don't think Robin was failing. I think Robin was okay. But then Robin turns on Crystal. And, when we first saw it, I was like, Robin seems unhinged. Because at one point, Robin's talking about the struggles that she's gone through recently. And that's maybe why she didn't, feel the way that she was treating Kiana was wrong. She was going through her own issues, and Tiffany could relate because Tiffany had just gone through anxiety issues, a mental health situation. So she could relate, and she does defend Robin in that. And mind you, she's friends with these ladies. So she's like, I love a person that no matter what, we're friends. But if I agree with what this person is saying, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. And that's why for me right now, Tiffany is one of my favorites from the show because she's a straight shooter. I'm a straight shooter here. I love a straight shooter. Anyways, all right. I already see we have quite a few people backstage. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are live on multiple platforms, including TikTok. What's going on TikTok? Appreciate you all being here. Be sure to tap your screen. We are also live on, of course, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We are live on Twitch at the Kempire and, of course, on the Kempire Daily Twitter. Guys, if you're not following us on those platforms, be sure to follow us because there is separate content that comes there that you're missing out on, especially on TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, that's where we will be live tonight at 8:25 p.m. Eastern to watch Portia's Family of Lies. The finale is here. It's here. Thank you. We're going to watch that together, and then right after, we're going to be live on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel recapping the final episode. We're going to recap the final episode, and we'll probably talk about the entire season as a whole, I guess. Tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Set your reminders. The link is now available on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, and join our texting community if you haven't already. Text Kempire.com, and there is another place where I alert you when we're going live. So join us there. Also, don't forget a new episode of my podcast, Kempire Radio, is now available, where I talk about some of these hot topics in a more expansive way, and also things that I haven't talked about anywhere else. So be sure to subscribe to the Kempire Radio podcast, and don't forget to rate and review because it matters. All right, let's take some calls. Danielle's backstage. I'm going to bring Danielle up. What's going on, Danielle?
You always catch me when I'm meal prepping. Hey, everyone.
You called in.
No, but I also walk away and I get the shaking stuff.
Do you want me to drop you down and come back?
No.
Okay.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. What's going on?
Quick points. One, you missed my super chat because I said back to Ready for Love. The young lady that walked off saying it was petty, she's the only person outside of Corey who's from the DMV.
Oh.
So, yeah, I think that's huge. But I learned last night that there were several people who were accepted, who made it through the process, were ready to love, and they declined. So I know a few people. Yeah, so people are actually declining. So I'm interested to see what this second round is going to look like. I have one girlfriend who wasn't accepted. They took her through the process and then declined her. And then I know 3 young ladies who went through the process and they declined when it was time to start filming. So I'm interested to see what this is going to look like. Okay.
Thank you for the super chat. I completely missed it.
No, it's cool. So on to Selling Atlanta.
No, it's Ladies Who List Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Ladies Who List Atlanta. Okay. Tiffany is my fave so far because, to your point, everything she did this episode. Kira, is that right? The one with the white that we don't spell her name right? Totally immature. The scenes with her and I was going to say B Love, but that's the crab feast lady. Simone. I felt like that was very planned and staged. Like that's a buddy of hers. Hey, I need to do a scene. I'm really, when it comes to them showing houses, I'm really getting HGTV vibes, meaning that they're just creating these scenes because they need scenes. I didn't get the feel that B Simone was really looking for a place to live. And then she gave me
looking for a moment.
But then she gave me an Alexis vibe because when they were trying to figure out whatever type of wall it was, and B Simone was like, come on, real estate, and she didn't know. I was like, wait a minute, she's having a brain freeze just like Alexis did. Like, what is your status? What do you really do here? And it just seems so fake to me. Yeah. As far as the young lady, the one that's tripping about the $500 per holding, still very frustrated with her. Kiana, I'm still very frustrated with her, even with her talking about it through with her husband. It seemed like you're just being petty. And she kind of solidifies her pettiness because she says, I'm going to show these other women why they shouldn't do business with Robin. Just because she charged you $500, and I tweeted this last week, like if you didn't like the amount, why didn't you counter offer? Or why didn't you say, hey, like it's a business favor, and I appreciate where Adrian and Brooklyn called in and let us know that there's a fee that comes with that. So if you didn't like the fee, if $500 was too much for you, whether it's 30 days or not, there's still some kind of legal something there that she had to use her name, her insurance to hold
liability.
The liability. Thank you. To hold your properties, whether it's for a day, 24 hours, 2 hours, anything can happen in that time.
Not 2 hours.
So you're dead wrong. But yeah, because just things. accidents happens within seconds. So something really could have happened where she needed the coverage. Obviously you needed the coverage because you didn't want to lose the business. Why can't she charge you for it? So it sounds like you just wanted to phone a friend for free on business, and you can't do that. And I think the house, you saying you wanted to see more of her house, I really don't think that was her house. I think that was an Airbnb stage for the show.
Danielle, come on, really?
I don't
think give me a little fake vibes though. You're right. Her even interacting and trying to act like you could tell she's new money, but she's admitted to being new money. But I wouldn't be surprised. God damn, I hate y'all.
To your point of the fake vibes, but here's the other thing I kind of pay attention to. When you're in someone's home, I didn't see anything that made the house personable. Like I didn't see anything that made it hers. And I'm not looking for wedding pics, but it would be nice. It would be nice to see something that makes it more personal. Show me that it's yours. It was really just, oh Lord, tell her to go sit down somewhere. That's Dylan.
That's your Dylan?
Yes.
I just literally just posted because I love that people are watching on other platforms.
But what's so funny is she just told all her friends to subscribe to your channel and to comment and like the videos and stuff. So whenever she hears me on, she tells her friends.
Oh, thank you, Dylan. But I don't know if this is we're grown. I don't know if the kids should be watching.
But so yeah, I just feel like it's very staged. I don't think that's her house. I just think because again, this is just their first season. We know that normally with these newer shows, they don't have the money to be in the. And not saying that these women aren't making it, but yes, it doesn't feel warm. And the chef, not knocking the chef, but I think that was staged for TV.
Damn, and I fell for it.
I didn't. I wasn't feeling. And Crystal, I didn't call in last week, but Crystal showed me fake vibes from last week. Yeah. Because when she asked the chick from the Tyler Perry show, Sisters, the real Crystal, how do you spell your name? Girl, you know full well you spell your name wrong. Everyone else spells their name the regular way. And but she knew that because she was trying to make a moment, trying to make it seem like she's a gorgeous girl. I love her style. I think she's cute and everything, but and the way she keeps going at Robin, you're triggered. I wanted Robin to knock her down to the least common denominator. I just felt like
least common denominator.
She was triggering Robin by continuously saying that, like, stop saying it. You're supposed to be my friend. Stop egging me on by continuously screaming, I'm triggered, especially when Robin's like, I'm not. So I could understand why Robin was getting frustrated, because if I'm telling you I'm okay, stop trying to tell me I'm not. Just be my friend and understand that I got this. Be my friend and say, okay, girl, you got it. I got your back regardless. But her kept saying, you're triggered. And then it was too much. I was triggered for Robin.
And you know what? Hearing that, because, we do like to use the word triggered a lot, but hearing them explain it, it's sort of like, na, you're triggered. Yeah. It kind of gives that vibe. But I just want to kind of backtrack to what you said about Kiana in the house. Now I understand maybe why we didn't get a tour of the house.
Because it's not hers. It's almost like when Kenya showed us Mark's closet with all the tags on the clothes. It would have been given those vibes.
Why you had to bring it to Kenya? Leave Kenya alone. She's off season right now.
People stage stuff for TV, and I appreciate it, but we want to, outside of saying properties, we want to be able to relate. And you showing us this, and it's very empty and cold, very Airbnb, makes it not relatable. Or it could have been one of her stage homes, because when you're selling your house, they tell you to take your personal stuff down. So it could have been one of those vibes. So you know what? I got this house listed. I'm just going to block it off the calendar today so I can film here. Like, it could have been that. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. I think that's everything. Okay.
Somebody reach out to Kiana on Twitter and ask her. All right.
Tamika, last name. Tanika Ray for
Ready to Love.
I think that's a great idea. I've known her back from my my days on Teen Summit. I met her years ago. I was on Teen Summit back when I was in high school. Wow. And I met her back then. My cousin grew up
what was she doing on Teen Summit? Was she also on with you, or she was hosting?
She wasn't hosting. She was just like getting into her career. But I just remember meeting her at the BET studios. Wow. But she's done a lot. My cousin grew up with her.
Beautiful.
She doesn't claim DC very much. She lives in LA now. So yeah, but I think that would be a great idea, especially if she watches the show. And she might even know some of the ladies. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. So yeah. Do we want her on the show? No. I want her to stay separate. I want her to host.
No, I want her to host. And I don't think she's married. So she's a single mom of a daughter. I don't think she's married, but I want wives. We want it's housewives. We want wives. So yeah.
Okay. I want her to host.
I
want her.
definitely would like to see her host. That'd be great.
All right, Danielle. Thank you so much for calling in and for the super chat.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye. Guys, we are taking callers. We were talking about Ladies Who List ATL. We are live again later tonight on my TikTok exclusively. TikTok, what's going on? Thank you guys so much for being here and tapping the screens. We will be there live at 8:25 p.m. Eastern, watching Portia's Family of Lies, aka Portia's Family Matters. And then, of course, here on YouTube at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, recapping the final episode of this damn show. All right. Amy's backstage. Amy, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Why you sound like you're through?
Listen, here's the thing. You know, I told you I like Crystal. Even when they had that whole powwow at the restaurant, I was in love with her outfit and her little poofy hair. I was like, yes. But I hate that she's so freaking fake. And I said that. I was like, she's so fake. And it came out even more. She is not Robin's friend. That is not a friend. She is a frenemy. It was like she swapped sides within like a blink of an eye. It was almost as if Robin was by herself.
Yeah, and she really was.
And you would have a friend there that's actually siding. So, but I did think Tiffany, and I like Tiffany, whatever, but I did think that she saw it as an opportunity to get close with Robin because maybe she wants to take Crystal's business.
Oh my God, I think about that part. You're right.
Because I was like, as much as she's like, oh, I feel for her, I was like, but at the end of the day, it is business. And she doesn't like Crystal because Crystal is shady. And I think that was her first opportunity seeing Crystal is just shady, period. Because if that's your friend and you're treating your friend like that,
yeah.
Oh, this is an easy door to get in and I can be your closing attorney. So that's what I thought.
I forgot about that part. You're right. You're right.
They're the only two closing attorneys there. Kiana, after what Daniel said, I have to say the house did look a little staged. I felt like even though the chef was there and they were eating food and stuff, it did feel a little like it was acting. But I still love Kiana. She can do no wrong for me.
I like her too. I think she's good for TV.
Yeah. Kira, she needed a moment like Jackie Christie. That whole Instagram thing, like you were, what do they say? Scrapping for straws or something. That was a reach. That was a major reach. Like, it shouldn't have been involved in the conversation. She's sitting there like, and you took me off Instagram. I was like, girl, if you don't sit somewhere, we are not teenagers.
Maybe she is, though, in her mind. She seems very immature. Oh, wait, I wrote something down that she said. And I said, look, I don't speak perfect English either, but it stood out to me. I said, she said, who were we now? I was like, who were we? Wait, who we were now? I said, and look, I am not the master of English, but I said, this is the second week where she is misused words in a sentence. I said, wait a second.
She's giving Mia vibes.
Damn, not a Mia vibe.
Mia, she misuses language all the time.
She does.
But yeah, I just felt like she was reaching hard to be in the discussion, just to be mad. And I was like, this is unfair. Outside of that, like the one critique all of the shows said they do need more houses. They need to show more selling homes. I did like that they dropped the prices because like we're not going to get like high-end real estate, but I think the goal is to reach to that level. The apartment was nice, but I was like, they kind of snitched on Robin in regards to she don't really sell as many homes as we thought she did. Yeah. But they do need, the storylines are good. Just add in real estate. Yeah. There needs to be, if it's going to be gossip or drama, it needs to be like 30% and 70% needs to be real estate.
Yes, because we love looking at property, big or small.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You could get people to want to come to Atlanta who are like trying to start businesses because, you know, you have acting and all types of stuff. If they watch that show, they can get a good gauge of what they can get. Because like when I used to watch House Hunters and stuff like that, I would look at different places and be like, even though it's not like high end, I would look at different places and be like, oh, it must be cheap to get a place in Texas. Yeah. I feel like if they're going to do it this way, that should be who they're enticing. People like average people who want to probably relocate and find a nice home for a reasonable price. And I mean, even though it seems like Atlanta is expensive, because that was a studio apartment.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a city. It's a big city.
Yeah, but I was like, no parking? Listen, I'm in the city too. And
I think we need to clarify on that, and I'm sure if anyone can Google schmoogle, I know she said there was no parking in the building. I think it might be across the street. I heard her slightly say that it was across the street, so I'm not sure if that's
hopefully
true.
they have some type of parking, because if you have to be fighting for your parking space every day, that's hell. So even if it's a nice, because you're from a city, even if it's a nice wall windows and all the stuff like that, nice view, if you have to fight for your parking space, that's not worth it. But places like New York, you don't need a car. I know people who are in their 30s, 40s who never even had a license. But places like DC and Atlanta, you have to have a car.
Yeah.
You can't get around. But my response about Ready to Love, please don't bring them back to DC. I hated this season. I really did.
Well, it's coming back to 28.
God, I really hated it. And the thing is, I really hated Zadia's behavior. She was so disgusting. And which is even worse, that reunion, them trying to gaslight the audience. We didn't say that. What are you talking about? I was like, are you serious?
And then they replayed that whole situation with Camille. I was like, oh, damn. Did we all miss this?
I was like, now y'all can lie, but you can't, we saw you said it out your mouth.
Yeah.
And your partner was embarrassed. Dante came and spoke to Zadia after, recommending her about her behavior, which we didn't see until she put her fingers up in his face. And I think he got the point of who she is. This season was the worst of Ready to Love. And I am from the DMV. If they're going to bring another season like that, I don't want to see it.
Oh.
It's a misrepresentation. And anyway, none of them are from DC anyway. And I have to, what Danielle said, Tassia is not from DC. She's from Chicago. The only DC native was Libba. And Libba said that in her interview with, I think, Crystal, I forgot her name. She said that was one of the things that kind of brought in. She was a little confused when she got there, because she said, I was looking for at least one DC native and no one was from DC.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, hoping next season, if they do bring her back, it'd be a little bit more hometownish, and then on top of that, bring people who want to find love. Frank, Negro, please.
No. Oh my God, that was a terrible situation. Oh,
I don't care how he tried to philosophize it,
yes,
theorize it. You play games with somebody's feelings. You are a hot stone cold mess. You and your shoulders.
Oh, not your shoulders.
He shimmying when he was shaking that drink. I cannot stand it. I was so disturbed by him.
Oh my God.
Lie, and he with a straight face. That whole group was a mess.
He was a player. He was definitely a player.
Yeah, I'm done. Okay.
All right. Amy, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, have a nice day.
You too. Bye. All right, let me just say thank you to, because I keep losing my super chats. And I have to figure out what's going on with my little soundboard here. Thank you, Zoe, for the super chat, and always for supporting the channel. Crystal is a girl that Crystal is a girl that finds your mental health issues amusing. Ooh. She will talk about your issues to create bonds with others. Oh my God. She will talk about you because when she talks about herself, no one listens. Zoe, that was such a read. But fascinating. I think you might be right. All right, let me bring up Miss Brooklyn. Miss Brooklyn, are you ready for your audition? Ooh, Miss Brooklyn, you might be the Robin of ladies who live in New York. You trying to put a girl close to grab her?
I feel like I'll probably be the Robin. I'll be the one like everybody side-eyeing me over here. Just a couple of little things to mention on. A lot of people it's divided on Kira. Some people saying that, they were on Kira's side. Some people are saying they're on Robin's side. Mm-hmm. There was a lot to dissect into some of the things that Robin said when she actually was doing the meeting, that she was ill. First, she was very ill prepared for it.
Yeah.
That's what bothered me. It's like, if you are going to pitch an idea to a group of women, to any group of people, you have to be prepared. You have to come with at least some kind of, here's what I'm thinking. I've done my research. This is what I think we could do. And it was just very ill prepared. It's like, well, I'm thinking about doing this, but I haven't fleshed it out and I don't know. And I'm like, well, when you figure something out, you got something to sell me, come back, give me something with that.
Yeah.
But there was one thing that Robin did say. Robin does condos. That's her specialty. And a lot of different realtors will have a specific specialty.
Yeah.
So her specialty is condos. And she spoke about it with that building. There's like 130 some odd units, and she's done over 50 sales. Those type of buildings, those high turnover buildings, they're the equivalent to what I would call starter homes. Okay. Those are apartments that people who are maybe first getting to Atlanta or coming out of school, got their first bit of money. They, want to own something, because Robin made another good point in that conversation. She's like, build your wealth. You buy it, you keep it for a couple of years, you let it gain money, then you pull the equity out and you go and invest in something else. So you can either hold on to that, if you have the ability to hold on to an apartment like that and rent it out, or sell it and then invest the money in something else. But those are what I would call their equivalent to starter homes. They're not for you to go in and live there for the rest of your days. They're for you to go in, get used to home ownership, because there's a lot in home ownership that if you've never owned a home, you don't realize there's all these different moving pieces and parts, and insurance and boilers and electricians and cleaning the gutters and turning off the tap and empty. Like, there's a ton of things that go into home ownership.
Yeah.
And a place like that is a good place to kind of get your feet wet, figure out what it's all about, learn about home ownership and what goes into it, and then move on to the next phase. But with buildings like that, you can make a lot of money. But again, those aren't the high profile luxury condos that you would think, that you would see in New York, and that I'm sure they have in other places in Atlanta as well. With Kira on her social media, if Kira's not highlighting those type of properties, like you said, social media for real estate agents it's more business than pleasure. I'm not showing me out in the beaches of Maui and everything. I'm highlighting properties that I'm selling, and I have clients and other brokers that are following me. If you're not highlighting the type of properties that she's selling, then you're taking up space.
Yeah.
And this is because I'm like a businesswoman in that sense. You're taking up space that somebody else could use, space that I really don't need to be bought. Oh, let me get past this, move on. I'm looking for something. You just taking up space. And they weren't friends. They weren't connected in any way. So it's not like this was your friend or somebody that you'd been doing business with who stopped following you. And she even said that.
Yeah.
We weren't friends or anything, but you stopped following me. It's like, child, grow up. This is a business. Understand the business. You're taking up space. I'm trying to sell things here. But and the other thing that Robin mentioned on was each of them kind of had their own niche. Robin was the condo girl. I think Kiana was the high-end real luxury selling. Then you have the two lawyers. I didn't quite catch what Kira was selling, if she was selling anything. So it's what I get from what she wanted to do was bring all of us under one brokerage. But I wonder if Robin thinks that brokerage is going to be her. And that's where I see the problems coming, because to what Kiana said and what you had asked before, there's two reasons that you would get your broker's license in reality, two main reasons. One, you want to start your own balling business. You want to be an Oppenheimer or whatever them twins are over there, or this Element Group or whomever, like you want to get your own business going, or you don't want to give your commission to anyone. You want to keep it all in-house. So Robin may have gotten it in the beginning just because she's got tired of sharing her money. I want to make my money, and my money is my money. But now she's thinking, wait, now I can take this and take it to another level and do have people working under me. So I'm making my money and I'm making their money.
Yeah.
I'm getting a piece of their money. So those are the two main reasons to start a brokerage. And I get the impression that Robin, just from the type of person she comes off being, she got tired of paying. As she said, we making these white men rich out here. Why don't we keep this wealth to ourselves? She got tired of giving her money to somebody else and said, I'm going to go forth and push forward and get this license. And then I'm making my own money and I do as I want and I move as I want. And no one can tell me, how to move and how not to move.
Yeah.
So I get that. Crystal, she that type of friend that you have close to you because you need to know what she's doing so you can combat it.
Oh.
Yeah, she's the whole thing. You're triggered. The more you saw her riling up, then you need to just back down and let her be. It's like you telling her she was triggered her.
Yeah.
She was having a conversation with Kiana, and her and Kiana kind of came to an agreement, and Kiana said, you know what, we're going to table this and we're going to talk separately.
Yeah.
And Kiana, business is business. As Danielle brought out, you're asking me on a business plane to do something you as a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
That costs money. And I think that is also a problem that a lot of our people have. We always want these favors and discounts and everything. But you give, somebody giving you favors and discounts, you taking money, she's talking about putting her foot on her neck, but you taking money off of her plate. You taking food out of her mouth. I'm giving you this discount means that's less coming in my way. Yeah. That's less coming in from me to give you this discount. What are you going to do for me? And as Danielle said, if she was unhappy with the split, she could have offered, well, I think 500 is a little bit too much. You're only going to hold it for 30 days. How about 200? And if it goes past those 30 days, then we can say, maybe $100 for every other 15 days or whatever it was going to be. You negotiate. It was a negotiating.
Kiana wanted it for free because that's her quote friend.
Yeah, she wanted it for free because that's her friend. But on the flip side, if my friend is this fabulous hairstylist and I'm going to go sit in her chair for 4 hours for her to do up a fancy do for me to make me look gorgeous and everything, I'm going to pay my friend. That's a friend, not a family member. Now, family member, we have a different conversation maybe. But as a friend, you're sitting in her chair and you're taking up her time to be able to serve a client that will pay her. Yeah. So we kind of gotta stop as a people. We gotta stop always looking for discounts and services for free. You need to pay. You wouldn't go. And I hate to say it like this, and please, I don't mean to offend anybody when I say this. You wouldn't go to the white man looking for a free service or a handout or a discount. Why are we always going to our own people looking for them to come back on pricing and not make as much money because, it's our people? No, I'm actually willing to pay a little bit more to my brothers and sisters for good services and good products because I know how hard it is to get a African-American owned business up and running in this world. There's so many things that stand in our way. There's so much knowledge that we don't have historically, that we don't know, and we're finding our ways through that. Yeah, I'd rather give it to us than for me to give it to Joe Smith over there. I really would.
Yeah. All right, Miss Brooklyn, we always appreciate you. Dropped some knowledge, and we appreciate you calling in. Next week, though, we're going to be digging into your personal life. So
go ahead, Dig. I think my daughter is on right now because I told her all about you. I think they both might be on watching.
Yay!
So they might be up here, but yeah, go ahead and dig. I got nothing now.
We're gonna look, we have a Sunday afternoon date when we recap the show, but we're gonna talk a little bit more about real estate and things like that. We love real estate here on the channel, but I'm looking forward to casting for the I'm about to say Real Housewives for Ladies Who List New York City. But I want this to be a growing process. I don't want to rush to put this into production, but we're gonna work on it. But we always appreciate you calling and dropping gems in regards to your experience when it comes to real estate. So have a great rest of your day, and I'm sure I'll see you later.
Yes, you will. See you later, everybody. Have a great Sunday.
You too. Obi's backstage. We're going to take Obi's call and then we're going to wrap it up, y'all, because look, it is Sunday. Can I go get some stuff done too? Obi, what's going on?
Yeah, Kempire.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm not putting on my reading glasses today, but Miss Blacklin actually made me realize some things, because initially I was going to say I'm not going to buy any house from somebody who cries all the time with no tears and continues to sell out the Haley house just to get her paid. Then the next person is Kira. Kira, I'm not even going to bother saying anything. You need to go back to high school. Seriously, you unfollowed me on Instagram. That was so childish. Robin is definitely not a friend, not just because of the trigger she kept on doing. You know, when she was arguing with the other lady, was it Kira who was calling Robin old or something, or young? When they were going back and forth about
it
their
was
age.
Kira.
If you looked at Robin's face, you see that Robin was actually like with Kira at that time, and she was laughing at Crystal was laughing at Robin when
Robin.
Kira said that. So first of all, I picked that out and I was like, hey, like, you're supposed to be supporting your friend. And then she keeps on saying triggered, you're triggered, you're triggered. Like, seriously, if I'm actually triggered and you keep telling me I'm triggered, some teeth are going to be falling out. I don't condone violence, but seriously, how am I triggered and you keep telling me I'm triggered, you're triggered? Like, that was some serious stuff. But anyway, to Kiana's point, personally, I don't know the relationship between the two of them, but sometimes when I approach people, even business-wise, who are my friends, I still give them the level of grace that me, myself, would have given them. So let's say if Robin approached Kiana about that, Kiana probably wouldn't have charged Robin what Robin charged her. And she's not even saying, I don't think she was even talking about like doing it for free. I think she was talking about the amount. I think she was saying that amount was like a lot of money for her to have charged, being her friend. So I'm going to give Kiana grace in the fact that I've also had relationships like that myself, where I approached a friend that I felt like that person could have done something, like because of the relationship we have. I don't know their relationship, but I feel like if the roles were reversed, I probably wouldn't have done that. So I could pick up an offense with that too, just to her point. But then if somebody is approaching me business-wise, I mean, and if that was like a whole year ago, I mean, it should be easy to squash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I think about it. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Obi. Look, here are my final thoughts on Ladies Who List Atlanta. If you missed out on this recap and you're watching the replay, be sure to let me know your thoughts. Here are my final thoughts. I've turned a page when it comes to Crystal, but I'm still open to Crystal because she's cute. No, not just because she's cute, because it's only episode 2. But I am starting to see what you guys have been seeing in Crystal. I'm seeing a very underhanded side to her. But I love Tiffany. I still love Kiana. I think she's great TV. Now I'm looking at the home like, damn, maybe that wasn't her home. And that's why we didn't get a tour of the home, because it's not her home and it wasn't ready for her. Damn it. But she seems like she's doing well for herself. But I did get that energy that she was putting on for the camera. But she has come a long way and she's taking care of her family. And I love the fact that she's talking about that. And Robin being triggered, I'm loving to see that next week we're going to see Tiffany and Robin have a conversation, because they both had mental health situations. Maybe they'll expand on what Robin has gone through. She's only talked a little bit about that. But I'm liking to see what's happening here. But maybe Robin is trying to warm up to Tiffany because she wants to get rid of Crystal. I don't think they will ever form this big major brokerage, even though in the realm of possibility, that would be amazing, for real estate in Atlanta and in Georgia overall. But I don't think that's going to happen, at least not with all those ladies. And look, Kiana came into that conversation already knowing that she was going to say no. I know that Robin and Kiana probably will have a sit down. Maybe next week. We didn't see footage of them having a sit down, but she said, let's table it and let's have a separate conversation. But Crystal is no one's friend. And it's so sad. I really liked Crystal in the beginning. I was like, okay, Crystal. But saying you're triggered to your friend that seems to be triggered in that moment, and you're doing this in front of outside company. Let's be real. These people are friendly with her, but they're not her friends, friends. And you're doing this in front of them and you keep chiming in. It's like you're siding with them, and when you could just be silent. Who knows? But I'm excited. I'm enjoying the show. But producers, I know you still have some editing you can do. Let's see more properties and not Instagram influencers. Shade. It's all right. It's all right, guys. I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend. Again, we will be live later tonight, 8:25 p.m. Eastern on TikTok to watch Portia's Family of Lies, Portia's Family Matters. And of course, we will be doing our weekly recap. It will be subscribers only. Subscribers only today. It's a subscribers only live chat as well. Subscribe to the channel because you're getting daily and consistent content. I also posted a new video with an update on Wendy Williams. So if you missed out on that, be sure to check out that full-length video on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com. And of course, everyone show love to our moderators because our moderators allow us to have a fun dialogue. Look, we love to talk about reality TV, and sometimes reality TV gets too real, but we still like to have fun with it. So thank you to our moderators for allowing us to have different opinions and have fun at the same time. So thank you to all of our moderators, and thank you to all of you for watching. Again, if you're watching the replay, I want to know your thoughts. Let's continue the conversation below, and let's get out of here. You know I got to play some music. Shout out to Elijah. This song is called Stubborn.
Yeah, I know. You was right and I was wrong. Yeah, I know. You was right and I was wrong. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it, that trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. Hey, girl, I hate to see you cry, but that happens every single time we fight. Look, I'm far from a perfect guy, and I do anything to try to make it right. But you, babe, look, I know sometimes I act like I'm unbothered. If I end up losing you, babe, you make me better. But we have this forever. I promise I will change. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it, that trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. The energy ain't been the same, but if we work on it, we surely can regain. Look, I went and booked a private plane, a little vacation in Barcelona, Spain. What you say? Spend some time just you and me to rekindle a special little thing. Ay, I know we always want to agree, can't always have it my way, but I don't want you to leave. Please stay. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it, that trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it, that trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. Stubborn at times. I know. You was right. Hey. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong.